Some are using coconut oil as a sexual lubricant. Here's what you need to know before you try it. Coconut oil has many uses, as cooking oil, facial moisturizer, and makeup remover. But some people use coconut oil for a different reason, as a sexual lubricant. Using lube during sex can enhance the sexual experience, creating more pleasure overall. Using the right lubrication during sex can also prevent condom breakage. Point 1. Not all lubes are created equal, though. Vaginas have a very delicate balance of bacteria. When it's disrupted, an infection can ensue. Research has suggested that some lubes, including over-the-counter, OTC, commercial ones you can buy at your local pharmacy, can upset the pH balance in the vagina, creating an environment ripe for infection. But what about coconut oil? Can it be used for lubrication? On the one hand, it makes sense to bring coconut oil into the bedroom. It's slick, and because it's a natural product, it's appealing. But is coconut oil a safe lubricant for your vagina, and are there any drawbacks? While no scientific studies examine how safe and effective coconut oil is as a personal lubricant, Health asked medical experts for some answers. So before grabbing a handful of coconut oil and having sex, read up on the facts, pros, and cons so you can make an informed decision. If you've used coconut oil for cooking, you've probably used solid oil at room temperature. This is the form you'll most commonly find coconut oil in. There are two primary forms of this coconut oil, unrefined and refined. Unrefined. Unrefined coconut oil is simply the oil from coconuts that has had no further processing other than what is done to extract the oil. The oil is pressed out of the meat of the coconuts and can be wet or dry pressed. Some will be labeled cold pressed, meaning no heat was used in the extraction process. Unrefined coconut oil will have a distinctive coconut smell and taste to it. Refined. Refined coconut oil is more processed, as certain processes are used to remove some of the naturally occurring components in the oil. Refined coconut oil may also lose some of the benefits of unrefined coconut oil, such as antioxidants. The refining process results in a cleaner oil with no or barely noticeable coconut flavor or scent. It also results in an oil with a higher smoke point than unrefined coconut oil. Between this and the neutral scent and flavor, it makes for a great cooking and baking oil. Because most of the oil in coconut oil is saturated, both unrefined and refined coconut oils are solid at room temperature, similar to how butter is solid at room temperature. However, there's also fractionated coconut oil, which is liquid at room temperature. More about fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil comes from regular, solid at room temp coconut oil that has been heated to a certain temp and cooled. This process is called fractionation. When this is done, the solid fats separate from the liquid ones. After the solid components are removed, you're left with silky liquid coconut oil that is tasteless and odorless. On the whole, yes, coconut oil is safe to use as a sexual lubricant. Coconut oil is a natural, preservative-free, and cost-friendly lubricant, said Sherry Ross, MD, a women's health physician in Santa Monica, California, and author of Sheology. How to use lube to make sex so much better. Coconut oil is an edible oil extracted from the meat of mature coconuts, and has many good qualities. Nita Landry, MD, an OBGYN in Los Angeles and physician on the television show The Doctors, told Health. Dr. Landry added that coconut oil has moisturizing effects, antimicrobial properties, antifungal properties. Benefits of using coconut oil as lube. As Dr. Landry said, coconut oil is moisturizing. That's something Florida-based OBGYN Jennifer Landa, MD, Chief Medical Officer at Bodylogic MD, also pointed out to Health. One of my favorite natural lubricants is extra virgin coconut oil, said Dr. Landa. It is moisturizing and lubricating and doesn't ball up like a lot of lubes you can buy. Coconut oil's consistency is also a draw. Dr. Ross said it's thicker and longer lasting than silicone and water-based artificial lubricants. At the same time, it won't get clumpy like other lubricants can, added Dr. Ross. Downsides of using coconut oil as lube. There are a few reasons not to use coconut oil as lube. Coconut oil can degrade latex condoms. While lubes are often used with condoms, coconut oil should not be used with latex condoms. Like all oil-based lubricants, artificial or natural, coconut oil can potentially degrade the latex in the condom. Coconut oil cannot be used with latex condoms because it can break down the latex and cause the condom to break, explained Dr. Landry. Only water and silicone-based lubricants can be used with latex condoms without risking breakage, said Dr. Landry. The only time it's okay to use coconut oil with a condom is if the condom is made from polyurethane, which won't degrade, clarified Dr. Ross. Coconut oil can possibly cause infection. Coconut oil as a lubricant also isn't a good idea if you're prone to vaginal infections, such as yeast infections. It's not exactly clear why some people are more infection-prone, but if you are, you may want to play it safe. Because coconut oil is antibacterial and antifungal, it has the potential to disrupt the pH balance in your vagina and cause a yeast infection, warned Dr. Landry. And while most natural, plant-based oils can be used safely as a lubricant, some of these oil-based lubes can be messier, harder to wash off, and stain clothing and sheets, said Dr. Ross. Ironically, however, when mixed with an equal amount of baking soda, coconut oil can be used as a stain remover. Just apply to the stain, let sit for 5 minutes, and wipe away. Point 3. Coconut oil might cause an allergic reaction. Anytime you apply a product to your skin, whether it's all natural or not, there is a chance of having a sensitivity to it, or in some cases, an allergic reaction. This can also be the case with coconut. Point 5. So before using it, test it out by applying a small amount of coconut oil to your inner forearm and wait a few minutes to see if there's any reaction. Causes for vaginal allergic reactions. What kind of coconut oil should I use? Partially hydrogenated and, some, refined coconut oils contain additives that can be irritating or even leave the skin drier than before, explained Dr. Landry. With that in mind, Dr. Landry added that you should stick to virgin, unrefined, cold-pressed, coconut oil when it comes to lube as well as any other use. This oil is extracted from the fruit of fresh coconuts without using high temperatures or chemicals. Other qualities to consider when using coconut oil as lube. Whether you're using solid or fractionated coconut oil, Dr. Ross recommended checking the label, adding that pure coconut oil will be natural, preservative-free, fragrance-free. Look at the ingredient list on the bottle to make sure the only item listed is coconut oil, said Dr. Ross. For coconut oil in solid form, make sure to use a clean spoon to scoop it out. Sticking dirty hands into the oil might increase the chances of turning the jar of coconut oil into a bacterial or yeasty petri dish. It also helps if you've allowed the oil to soften at room temp before applying it to the vagina. If it's too solid, allow it to warm up in your hands before applying it. Additionally, go easy on how much coconut oil you use during a sex session. While, in general, it makes for a safe motion lotion, too much is not necessarily a good thing for your vagina. If you are going to try coconut oil as a lube, be sure to only use a small amount, said Dr. Landry. An excess buildup of oil in the vagina can be a breeding ground for unwanted bacteria or yeast.